Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another edition of Freeze TV. I am Michael, your host, and today I am coming to you from beautiful Phoenix. Um, so, so I've noticed a lot in the news recently that there have been reports. Well, not on the news because I don't watch the mainstream media. I get my news online, and I have been seeing overwhelming amount of stories about uh, about Black Lives Matter and excuse me, and Antifa yet again. Apparently they are still in the news. But I've also been noticing that um, that my views that I've been putting out on this channel, uh, maybe they're wrong. Maybe Black Lives Matter and Antifa, maybe they have a point. It's conceivable. Um, I've been going back and looking uh, at the things that I've said versus the things that they're saying, and maybe the liberals are right. Maybe Black lives do matter more than any. Maybe I am a fascist. Maybe everything that they've been saying is right. I know it's hard to believe, the videos that I've put out, but I've gone back and done some research and looked at the struggles that the African American community have endured, and it dawned on me that, man, they have had it rough. You know, uh, they have been oppressed and they have been downtrodden. They have been kidnapped and enslaved and discriminated against for hundreds of years. And it made me think about my own racism, and it's just a real eye opener. I never thought about my own racism and my own privilege as a white man. I've never thought of my masculinity as being toxic. I've never thought of the way that I thought and the way that I acted. I never thought of it being hurtful or harmful to anybody. I never even considered it, because I was always caught up in this outdated idea that freedom of expression and freedom of speech was absolute, and that I could say anything I wanted, with complete disregard to how it made anybody feel. And I've noticed recently on my various social media accounts, uh, like, not so much Facebook, because I really don't get on Facebook a lot, but like my Twitter and my Instagram and my Tumblr, I noticed that the things that I was saying were really hurtful, and it got me thinking that, is this the kind of person that I want to be? Am I the kind of person that that wants to tear down instead of build up? Um, do I want to be toxic cis male that is causing uh, such destruction in America. You know, uh, and I've gone back and looked, especially on my Tumblr, because I kept that the way it was uh, to show me what I was and how wrong that was. For some of you that aren't aware, because the videos on my other channel, I was transgender, and I considered it wrong. I considered it evil and deviant behavior. I considered back when I was, actively transgender, um, you know, I reblogged and reposted all of these posts talking about, you know, uh, having a woman, take control of me and locking me in chastity and dictating my life, and then, a spark went off saying, oh, that's not right, that's wrong. But maybe my secondary way of thinking that it was wrong actually was wrong. Maybe that's what we need, as toxic men. Because looking back at everything I've posted, everything I've said, and everything I've researched, maybe men are toxic. The whole concept of the stereotypical manly man. Maybe that's not the image of men that we need now. Maybe the image of men that we need now are the feminist allies, are the Antifa participants. Maybe that is the next stage in evolution of men. And maybe I don't want to be left behind. Maybe I want to help create a better world for everybody. Maybe I want to see the world better. I want to build. I don't want to tear down. And I know my criticism of Black Lives Matter has been very negative. And looking at everything that they've endured, I could see that maybe I was wrong. Maybe we need to support Black Lives Matter, and maybe we need to give reparations for all the atrocities that have been committed against Black Lives Matter over the years. The Jim Crow laws, segregation, maybe we need to start listening to the demands of Black Lives Matter, and maybe we need to start giving them what they ask for as recompense for everything that us as white people have done. And maybe we need to look at our own racism and finally learn that we are the evil villains from the movies. Maybe everything I believed was wrong, and maybe we do need this feminist society. Maybe we do need a world where Black Lives Matter, and where the police are defunded, and a world where Donald Trump isn't the president. Maybe this is what we need. Maybe this is the next step of the evolution of our country. And I'm just trying to get on board with what's going on now, and everything. So what I'm going to do in this very special video Okay? Charger. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set this camera just like this. And what I'm going to do as the former #1 opponent of Black Lives Matter and Antifa and feminism, what I'm going to do to show my support for the African American community is I am going to kneel to Black Lives Matter to show my submission to a group of people that have been oppressed for centuries. And Black Lives Matter, if anybody's watching, if any Antifa members are watching, this is to show that I am not the sum of the videos that I've posted before. Okay? So here we go. Are you ready? This is a big moment for me. Now, I kneel. Black Lives Matter. Fooled you! I ain't kneeling to them damn Black Lives Matter yahoos. Y'all gotta be out of your goddamn mind to think I was gonna do that. Oh, y'all so gullible. I know some of y'all watching that right now that support Black Lives Matter, support Antifa. We're like, yes, we got one. We win. No, you don't win. Ha ha ha. Fuck you. I ain't ever kneeling to Black Lives Matter. I'm not ever kneeling to Antifa. Y'all can stick my duck or duck my sick. There you go. Ha ain't gonna happen. Okay? Now, what I said at the beginning of this video is true. Okay? I have gone back and I've looked at my videos. I have gone back and looked at the things I posted on Tumblr. I have gone back and, researched all of this information, and my original conviction stands. Okay? Yes, I was transgendered. I was trying to live my life as a woman for years. It did cost me my last marriage. Okay? But I stopped because I had an awakening after seeing all these posts on Tumblr and social media talking about female dominance over men and shit like that, and it's like, not happening. Okay. So when I stopped being transgender, I purged everything I had. I had a complete wardrobe of women's clothes, shoes. I mean, you name it, I had it. I had breast forms. I had wigs. I probably had about $250 worth of makeup, and I stopped. Okay. I let the hair on my body grow back out. I let my facial hair grow again, and I was just like, no, that's not going to happen. It is not going to happen whatsoever, okay? And as far as Black Lives Matter, you know what? I understand that there have been atrocities committed against the black people of America for decades, okay? Like I said earlier, we had the Jim Crow laws, we had segregation, we had discrimination, all of that. But here's the thing, okay? Brave people on both sides, both black and white, they fought and died to give you black people equal rights under the law, okay? They fought and died to desegregate the workplace and to desegregate the schools, okay? Now, for Black Lives Matter, you keep claiming that America is systematically racist, okay? It's not, okay? We have laws in place that prohibit the discrimination of anybody based on color, creed, religion, sexual orientation, now sexual identity. We cannot discriminate against anybody. It is against the law. All right? Now, again, for Black Lives Matter, and I actually commented this video of Lauren Chen's that I watched the other day, that Black Lives Matter, okay, is putting black people above any other person strictly based on the color of their skin, okay? So Black Lives Matter in itself is a racist organization, okay? BLM Incorporated is a racist organization. They are no better than the National Socialist Party, and they are no better than the Ku Klux Klan, okay? Y'all are putting yourselves on a pedestal just because black, okay? Y'all say that, you know, white people have it so much easier in this country. Well, let me tell you something. We don't. All right? Fact of the matter is, no. We do not have it any better than you do. Okay? All right? Y'all keep bitching, we don't have education. Okay? So go to school. Okay? I had to join the U.S. Army in order to get money to go to college. Okay? We don't have any jobs. No, you don't have any jobs that pay six figures. That's just it. There's no jobs that you can get that pay six figures. Y'all want these fucking cushy office jobs. You know what I do? I drive a fucking truck. And I know many black people that drive trucks too. There are jobs out there. You just got to go find them. Oh, wait, but that means you couldn't sit around on your fat asses smoking dope and playing fucking Xbox and PlayStation all day and bitching about how oppressive America is. Okay? Y'all keep, y'all bitch, we don't have health care, so get a job. I got a job. My company provides health insurance, medical, vision, and dental. Get a job. The trucking industry is short, and it only takes 3 weeks. You go to school, you get a fucking driver's license, you come out here, and you make a living. Not that hard. It's not. Okay? We're oppressed. We need reparations. No, you don't. You're just looking for free shit. On the backs, the blood, sweat, and tears of the American people. Period. Alright, that's enough with you Black Lives Matter yahoos. Roadhouse. Okay? Now, for you little Antifa little cuck sons of bitches. Okay? You don't like this country? Leave. Please leave. I will buy your ticket anywhere in the world you want to go. Okay? Now, recently, I have seen reports of Antifa and Black Lives Matter burning American flags and Bibles in the street. Okay. Number one, for you fuckers that can't count, number one, burning an American flag is a federal offense, punishable by, I believe it's a $10,000 fine and 2 years in federal prison. It's a federal crime to burn an American flag. Just saying. Okay. Number two, you're burning Bibles. Why? Because you can't accept the truth of God's word? Is it going to contradict every little thing that you believe? Who gives a shit? If you don't like someplace, you leave it. If you don't like a job, you leave that job. If you don't like a home, you leave that home and go somewhere else. If you don't like a town you're living in, you move to another town. It's not that fucking hard. Okay? You don't like a relationship, you leave that relationship and you go find a new one. Not hard. Okay? What I am going to tell you guys, well, let me rephrase, tell you idiots, is that the American people are tired of Black Lives Matter. They are tired of Antifa. They are tired of your bullshit. And pretty soon, all of this shit's going to come to a head. Okay? And I'm not saying this to make any type of threats or anything, nothing like that, okay? But the people are tired of your games, okay? We've seen it in Colorado City, where Antifa was driven out of town. I just recently saw it in Austin, Texas. Mounted police on horseback came and drove Antifa crowds back, okay? I've been seeing it, okay? And here's the thing. You fuckers are all bark and no bite, okay? you're more than willing to stand up to a crowd of peaceful protesters, of people that are assembling peacefully. You are more than happy to stand up against them, shouting obscenities, getting in their face, spitting on them. But the second that crowd fights back, your teeth are full, and you're nothing but a little chihuahua in a room full of boxers. And I'm going to tell this to the American public that might be watching me. Okay? Antifa and Black Lives Matter aren't shit. You stand up and fight the enemy. These people are the enemy. They are trying to systematically destroy this entire country. Okay? Now, I remember back in the day when I was in school, I'm old, man. I remember school. We studied about an event that happened years ago where a small group of people started protesting the government, and they rose to power. They ended up becoming the main political power in this time period. Excuse me. They ended up taking guns from their people. They said, "It's okay. We will protect you. Protect you." Then it started that people were singled out for one reason or another. Color of their skin, their nationality, just various reasons. And those same people that were singled out ended up going to prison. They were hauled away and sent to prison. No trial, just sent to prison. So this party started gaining more strength. You know, their leader was a brilliant orator. He inspired the people of this country. Then one day they started burning books that they didn't agree with. They burned books. They piled books in a pile in the street, and literature barbecue. And then they started branching out into other areas. And this leader just kept speaking and inspiring his people, that we are right and we're the way that it has to be. We are the saviors of our country, and we're going to rid the world of all this stuff that we don't like. Well, that caught the attention of some people, and there was a war. Fought a war, and it was a very devastating war. Millions dead, an entire continent ravaged. Nuclear weapons employed, just to help end this war. 6 million of oppressed people were killed, experimented on. In fact, we had trials decades after this war to bring these criminals to justice. And I've seen newsreels of this time period, I couldn't understand them, though, because they were in German. And, for my well-educated subscribers that are watching this, you know exactly who I'm talking about, okay? And for my less educated folks out there, my Antifa and Black Lives Matter and liberal friends, that was the Nazi Party of Germany, the 1930s and 1940s, okay? And now before you go saying that, oh, you're a Nazi, you're a Nazi. Well, no, I'm not a Nazi. Okay, I'm an American. Figure. And the Nazi Party was actually known as the National Socialist Movement. Okay, the National Socialist Party of Germany. Okay, Adolf Hitler rose to power as a chancellor, and then later overthrew the government and seized power for himself and instilled the Nazi Party as the governing political party. The Nazis were socialists. Okay, true Nazis are socialists. Okay, so you can see the comparison why people kind of get a little bit, mixed up. To the liberals and Antifa, if we don't agree with you, we are Nazis. Well, we're not Nazis. We're pro-American. Okay, and that particular party came crashing down hard. Okay, there were actually attempts within the party, within the Nazi Party, to assassinate Adolf Hitler. Okay, you've seen the movie with Tom Cruise, Valkyrie. That was actually a thing. Operation Valkyrie was an attempt by Hitler's higher-ups to assassinate the Fuhrer. Okay? They tried to assassinate him. Now, I believe it was in 1945. I'll have to fact-check that, but at the end of World War II, Berlin was under siege. Okay? And Hitler was in his bunker, down, pissed off, sad, it's all falling apart, so him and his wife, Eva Braun, mistress or girlfriend, whatever the hell, she was this piece of hair pie. Okay, they killed themselves. Okay, because Hitler knew that if he got captured, he was going to get fucking executed. No doubts there. Okay, so that's an example of how the Nazi Party, or how a small group of people have risen to political power and took over an entire country and delved everybody into a worldwide war. That really didn't end well, okay? It really did. It took Germany decades, it took them years to get back on their feet, okay? But if you look at the comparisons between 1930s and 1940 Germany and today, it's the same damn thing. It's the same thing. We have people now burning fucking books in the street. Why? They don't like it. Nazi Germany, they burned books in the streets. Why? Because they didn't like it. The only thing that we're really missing right now is a single leader of these two organizations, okay? Now, the Nazis had their own little brother in Benito Mussolini, okay? Nazis, Benito, Hitler, Benito, Black Lives Matter, Antifa. You see the fucking comparison here. Everything is happening exactly as it did back in the 1930s and 1940s. This does not end well for anybody. Just saying. Doesn't end well for anybody. So people of America, stand up to the enemy. You stand up to them and their bark's not so bad anymore. Don't be afraid to stand up for what you believe in. Me personally, I will stand and fight for this country. This is the greatest country in the world. I would not want to live anywhere else. I wouldn't be able to enjoy the freedoms that I have here. Are you willing to give up your freedoms just to please a small minority of people? Think about it. That's all I have for right now. If this is your first time to my channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Click on all notifications so you get notified when I do upload a new video. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if you learned something. And if if you completely hated this video, then give it a thumbs down. Either way, you saw the video. Okay? Another update is I am considering opening a PayPal for the channel because right now I'm using a little $7 stand I got from Walmart, and I would really like to try to give y'all some better content, some better made content. So if you think that a PayPal would be a good idea, comment down below, okay? And you know what? I would love to hear your opinions on this topic. So comment down below. I do read each and every one of them. And let me see. Share this video. Put it on Twitter. Put it on Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat. Put it wherever you want. I don't care. Use my videos. Get this information out there. Okay? But anyway, I am Michael, your host, and I will see y'all in the next video. So be sure to stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, be good to each other, and fight the enemy. #resist. See y'all later.